Hello and welcome back everybody to yet another Gregtech New Horizons live stream. Hopefully you're all doing very well today. I see we have Darius right away in the stream. How you doing today, Darius? Just grabbing the link for everything, sharing it to the Discord, which interestingly enough, the last couple of times I forgot to share it over to the Gregtech New Horizons Discord, which is a little sad, but there we go. We got it shared to our Discord. And now over to the Gregtech Discord streams. There we go. Alright, so that's all good. Also open up the chat on my phone. I love how if I load YouTube, the YouTube app on my phone before the stream starts, it does not like it. And it won't show up, so I have to like restart the app, but that's fine. Bacon, what's going on? A new... No, that's not a new profile picture, is it? Worm, yes, Worm indeed. How you doing? Been a little bit since we saw ya. Oof. Alright, so I did some video editing today. I'll switch over the camera for you guys. Okay, that did not work. I don't know why that button doesn't work anymore. Whatever. Switch over by hand, so there it is. Just check difficulty still set to hard. Back to game. Start recording. F5, F1. We are good to go. So I was waiting for the live. I'm a little tired after a whole day of lectures and labs, so I'm drinking my evening coffee. Sounds good. Hopefully you're enjoying the coffee. Yeah, I spent this morning mostly doing some video editing and stuff, so that way we hopefully have the next Gregtech New Horizons video out. Also, I did get scheduled to work next week, like, starting on Tuesday, but there was a class that I've been trying to get into that came up at the same time, so I'm actually going to go to class next week instead of work. So it's kind of nice taking care of that sooner than later. I'm Worm. Worm go to leaf. Ah, yes. Your brain is still fried, Bacon. That's good to know. Dichlorobenzene. Calm Crafts and Goat, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Also, everybody else that's in the stream, welcome in. So, dichlorobenzene. The recipe for that, I do believe, goes into here. Let's take a look. Dichlorobenzene. We're setting up the automation on it. So, yes. Circuit 2. And we wanted to be careful because Circuit 1 would end up making chlorobenzene. Hold on a second here. Yeah, Circuit 1. So we don't want it to go into Circuit 1. Circuit 24 would be better. As long as we don't put in sodium hydroxide. So, yeah, this was Circuit 1. So we want to try and put it over here. Let's see how that works. James, Nate, and Noodles, welcome into the stream. How you doing? And Marvin, hello. Alright, so dichlorobenzene. Oh, hello. Dichlorobenzene. I don't remember how you make it. Okay, it goes in 1,000, groups of 1,000. So try making 10,000. Okay, we're missing benzene. Of course we're missing benzene now that we need it. Yeah, we're gonna be missing it for a while too, because that guy's empty. Right. Let's keep that disconnected for now. And we'll let that build up, even though it's still going to dump out. It still dumps out, so it doesn't even matter. Whatever. Hydro and Taco, how's it going? So yeah, we have dichlorobenzene. So once we have that being made, we can go to the EV quest tab. We'll be able to get this quest done, which will need 12k, it looks like. It's 1,000 per cell. So that'll get that quest done. Then we could also work on the polyphenylene sulfide, get this completed, and then we can actually probably automate the, what is it, the tungsten cables? Still going strong. Heck yeah. I don't know if you mean that you're still going strong or that we're still going strong. But I know we're doing pretty good here. We can't complain. Watching both Hamcorp and your stream while completely rebuilding my ZPM base. Greg is taking over. That's awesome. Thank you very much for having the stream going. I couldn't imagine trying to watch 2 streams and doing stuff with Greg at all the same time. Although, I would say I would have probably been able to do something like that, because I don't think you were here yesterday. I kind of went over all the stuff that I've been doing off stream on camera. I've just been doing a lot of crop breeding, trying to max out stats for the yellow stone lilies. So that way we are able to produce a lot more tungsten pretty quickly. Hey Blaze, how's it going? Pretty good, thank you very much for asking. Actually, let's try... Well, actually, I don't think we can move these over, so we'll just take the little bit of dust that we can. And then we'll take this. I don't remember exactly why we came out here. I don't remember. I hope I don't have to get something else when I go back in. Oh well. It'll be fine. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to out here recently. And like, if I had a second monitor, I think that's what I was going to say is, it'd be easier for me to be able to do stuff like that, to kind of watch some stuff. It would be kind of cool then, too. Andy, B, and Jenny, welcome into the stream. Doma, how you doing? Long time since I was in the stream. You and IV yet? We're not too far away. We'll probably get there, I'd assume, relatively quickly in today's stream. Also... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this can all stay connected here. Hold on a second. Because this could take 8 channels out this way. I mean, I'll move it around later. I just didn't feel like rebinding everything. Okay, the device is still online, so that's perfect. This... Okay, so yeah, I was remembering what Carlos was telling me. He's saying something about on this side. I'll have to read it again. So, don't connect 8 cable channels on the controller side. Put a dense cable and connect the dense cable to the controller and the 8 channel cables to the dense. So you can connect 4 8 channels to the dense cable. So what I could do... Yeah, going back in. Alright. So this side should be good. We have all 8 channels going there. And I think we have more than 8 coming in here. Hold on. Show everything. One, 14. I don't like how it's not showing me the channels going into this. Why is it not? So you got 1 coming into here, and then it doesn't show anything else. Strange. I think I wrote this, but you can use Greg Wrench as an A2 wrench, so you don't need both. Oh. Yep, alright, well there it is. That's kind of nice. And then... So that does that. That does not do the same. Oh, shit. Oops, sorry. Okay, so there's that. So we'll leave the wrench right here in case we just need to view the network, but it still does everything else kind of the same there. That's a lot of crops. Nice, heck yeah. So, let's see. You're still going strong. I remember when you were in Tier 2. Dang, that was a while ago. Let's see. I just finished setting up my OC crop, a few days ago. See, I don't think we've messed with open... Well, we haven't messed with the open computers crop stuff yet. Eventually, I probably will to maybe even increase the stats of my crops even further. So right now, I would say all the new crops that I did make, have a growth rate of like 15 or so. And then they have a gain from average probably like 3 to 8. So nothing crazy, but it's way better than what we had with all of our crops that had a growth rate of 5 being like the max, and then like gain of 0 to 2, which was pretty bad. But also just the sheer number of plants that we have now to help us get a lot more titanium. If you want to make perfect stats faster, it's better to focus on stickweed because it grows very fast. So that's what I was trying to do, yeah. Even then, sometimes... Well, I don't know if it was a glitch or something else that's been happening, but sometimes I would place down the new plants that I'd get with the good stats, and then they would just completely disappear. I don't know why. Help me, I'm dead inside. Thank you very much for the likes, I greatly appreciate it. Also, welcome into the stream, as well as Snowy... What's going on, Snowy? I see you in here. It's a separate net. Click on... Oh, that's why. Okay. Click on the distribution of the dense cable to check the channels on it. I gotcha. Hey, Nix, how's it going? How are you doing? I'm good. Or am good. Glad that you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good too. Thank you very much for asking. Jester, how's it going? I see you waving in with the hearts. Thank you very much. How you been, Jester? Alright, so we need to click on this controller. There we go. So, yeah, we only have 5 going in here, so we don't even need this dense cable. For now. All we needed was the controller in the middle and we were fine. And eventually later, yeah, I think Carlos was saying like you could put like a dense cable on here, have 32 channels going into it, or have like a dense cable coming a little bit further, so that way you can actually get all 32 in here, 32 in here, 32 in here, and 32 in there. See, I didn't realize though that you could actually have 8 channels going into here, and then it just like redistributes up to that, so it's actually kind of nice. Hey Meme, how's it going? So we got 5 going in, and it still works. Yeah. See, the more that we're messing around with it, the more that we start to understand, so it's beautiful. Alright, so that's all good. Now that I've got that done. We couldn't make dichlorobenzene because we didn't have any benzene. Yeah, we're still waiting on that. It says you're YouTube featured under the stream. What the heck does that mean? 2.8 million benzene there. Shock Frog, how's it going? Maybe I'll do this. Disconnect from that so it's not dumping all of my benzene into here. And now, hopefully we start to stockpile. There it is. We're stockpiling a little bit. So we're not going to go through that anytime soon. So then we'll build up. That way we can make the dichlorobenzene, and then also... Oh, I realized we rotated... Oh, hello. What? That's kind of weird. Alright, we got it back, though. So, polyphenylene sulfide... No, we do not have those plates yet. But we do have the molten polyphenylene sulfide. No clue. I actually kind of want to search that up. Jabes, Aiden, Death, and Carlos, welcome into the stream. Also, welcome in. I know who you are, I just keep forgetting your name because you don't have a profile name. Parkman, thank you very much for the likes and welcome in. I have a magic chicken in the world. I sent a picture on Discord. A magic chicken? What the heck is a magic chicken? Oh shit. It's like a flying chicken. I throw an egg, I got it from Thaumcraft Warp, and now the chicken is magical. It's just floating around. Are you close to going to Mars? Not quite yet. Were you one of the people who said you wanted to be notified that we were going to Mars? I know that TikTok says that we're going to Mars, or preparing for Mars, which technically getting the IV stuff still would be preparation for it. But I would say we're probably a couple dozen hours at least far away from it. Still kind of want to wait for some more tungsten, as well as some other good stuff. Try to get the polyphenylene sulfide bars. Yes, this is exactly what I want. Fluid solidifier. I do the recipe there. We have plenty of that. Fluid solidifier, bar, boom. Done. And fluid solidifier. Oh, that's right. Okay, so making a batch of them. Times 64. Set. Alright, and then times 64. Now I consider bars. Brady, welcome into the stream. Is Ivy locked behind the tier 2 rocket? I already forgot. I think it's not. I don't think it is. Because we've already made some IV components already. Alright, so the polyphenylene sulfide, and then we can also turn those into plates, I think is what we need. Alright, polyphenylene sulfide plate. Bending machine. Alright, we got the bending machine, HV multi-block bender, circuit 1. HV bender, circuit 2. Multi-block bender, circuit 1. Okay, perfect. Panda guy, welcome in. Nick, how you doing? Cool. So our benzene, 86k. We should be able to make 12k dichlorobenzene. Let's just make 32k. Perfect. Okay, we'll go watch it just in case. I feel like there's possibilities of something not going right. Oh wait, dichlorobenzene. Yeah, so they needed circuit 2. See, we can't put a circuit 2 in there, though. I think we're going to need to make another... Oh, oops. I put it in the wrong place. Okay. Well, easy fix. Easy fix. Dichlorobenzene. You can go right there. I have a bunch of end stone dust. Let's go take that upstairs. Over 1k. We have 14 tungstic acid. Not bad. Cells. So we have oxygen. Chlorine. That's a lot of chlorine. Alright, dichlorobenzene? Yeah, look at that, dichlorobenzene. Okay, perfect. And it did get dumped back out, so that looks fine. 16Ks, make sure we have everything. Alright, that all looks good. So then dump our chlorine back in. That should be everything that we already asked for. Perfect. Alright, we got it back. So we need a bunch of cells. Empty cells, anyways. Empty. Dichlorobenzene. And another quest completed. Dump that all in. There we go. So that quest is complete. Polyphenylene sulfide, so 125 plates. So we make 125... Oh, do we have the dust? Hold on, dust. Sodium sulfide, yes. Polyphenylene sulfide plates. 125. Started with the follow. Yeah, it's got to craft up the polyphenylene sulfide. It should be alright. Connor, CRK, everybody else, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Little man. BRB Biscus or something, welcome in. Alright, stored 9,000. So it is crafting up now. Beautiful. That's actually amazing. Holy crap, we already have 107. Honestly, that was a lot faster than I think it was going to be. Or than I thought it was going to be. So, oh, molten polyphenolide sulfide. Do we already have the... Oh, okay. We just made a different one instead on accident. There we go. Perfect. So we have 125. Quest complete as well. Yeah. Combine dichlorobenzene with sodium sulfide and oxygen to get polyphenylene sulfide. And now the cables. So now you can use polyphenylene sulfide foils and silicon or styrene butadiene rubber to coat higher tier cables. You'll need both tungsten and platinum in IV tier. Alright, so this is all optional stuff. Yada yada yada. Polyvinyl chloride pulp. Don't really care about that. So we need 2 tungsten cables, the 1x cables, and 2 1x platinum cables. Ah, I see. So no matter what, I'm going to want to use these anyways, because crafting with the small piles is a little bit more annoying. That one crazy Kenzie, what's going on? How you doing? Hey, the bomb. Is it bad that I just got PTFE and I'm still running on exclusively advanced solar boilers? I don't think so. I mean, as long as it's working for you, that's pretty much all that matters. Although I don't know how hard it is going to be to run off solar boilers, continue to go on. I don't know which tier you're actually in. But yeah, I moved away from solar a long time ago just because it got to be really expensive, and I just wanted to burn stuff in turbines. I wanted to go the opposite route of clean energy. Alright, so I got the stuff here. Polyphenylene sulfide foil. Let's get a recipe, get the foil, bending machine. We will want to use just the bars, so do this. Foil. We'll do that. But we'll just take all of this and we're just going to turn it all into foil right now anyways. So we'll go put this in the multi-block. Also, take all this. Hey, Wrench, what's going on? And J-Bay, hello. Circuit 1. Make all that foil, baby. Instantly completed. Switch to oil. It's more reliable and better for the environment. Yes, switch to oil. I just burned down trees just to make the Lorax mad. Alright, so to make single tungsten cables. Tungsten cable. 1x tungsten cable. So 1x tungsten wire, obviously the molten silicon rubber, polydimethyl siloxane pulp. Yes, that's exactly what we want to use. And that is... Oh, you can make that... Okay, ULV, yeah. Any assembler with no circuit. Assembler with a dual interface. No circuit, dual interface. So we got the cables. Awesome. Matthew and Royal, welcome in. I have to use dark steel huge pipes and my EV EBF is crazy steam intensive. I have stainless steel railcraft tank as my steam buffer. Dang, the railcraft tank. How much does that hold? I'd assume you probably have to have like the max size to hold quite a bit. But yeah, some of the super tanks would be a lot nicer just saving on space and everything. No way, we have Greg in the stream. What's going on, Greg? How are you? Yeah, you can make the super tank already. Even 16 million super tank. Yeah, they'd be doing that just to hold a lot more steam. But to be using steam in EV is crazy. Kudos to you for making it that far with it. I feel like I just have too many headaches with trying to produce just enough. Alright, so we got the cables there. We also want the tungsten, actually not the tungsten, the platinum cable recipe. So we'll get that into the same place. Tungsten cable. Boom. So now, tungsten cable craft. Just craft one, obviously has to make 4. But we need a wire mill. What do we have for wire mills? HV wire mill, no circuit. Circuit 2. I guess I could do circuit 2. Eventually, once I get the multi-block, I'll go with circuit 16 on everything. Just make it all a bunch like that, but you have to break and replace them frequently due to calcification. Yeah, see, that part too is kind of annoying to deal with. Put some benzene to the bag. It's dirt cheap for you to make now. I have several stacks of solar boilers. Everything in them is easy to procure, so I just add another stack every few days. Dang. I could only imagine how many boilers you probably already have. Alright, we got benzene flowing back into this tank. What do we got here? 300,000, yeah. Alright, this ain't too bad. Why did YouTube unsubscribe me from you and asked if I'm 18 plus? Good question. I don't know. But I managed to sub again. Well, thank you very much for coming back, Potato. You know, that's YouTube doing YouTube stuff. They're always doing crazy things that just never even make sense. In HV, you can make a robot and program it to clean the solar. Okay, the solar boilers. That's kind of nice. I didn't even realize some of the stuff you could do with the robots. I want to make a wire mill, another one, but I don't at the same time. So let's do this. To make the 1x cable wire, we'll do it from here. And then we also want this get that recipe. 2x tungsten wire from the wire mill with a tungsten ingot. Yes. So we got that. Why is that red? Invalid pattern. Oh, is that because they changed? What is this one? Invalid pattern. Well, I guess I'll find out in the future. Probably was the, what is it? The enlarged chests or whatever they were. I'm sorry, what is the robot called? I don't know exactly. Darius knows. Yeah, that's fair. And silver is a non-issue after you get to the Twilight Forest. Yeah, silver, well, I say it's not an issue. It's an issue for me now because I haven't really gone to mining too much, but that's the only reason why. Anyways, how are you, Blaze? I'm doing pretty good. Thank you very much for asking. Just gonna get ourselves into IV, hopefully pretty soon here. I'm hoping within the hour. We just gotta make cables and then, what is it? Maybe just a couple of the machine casings? So yes, craft 1. Perfect. Start. And then we also want platinum cables. We'll craft 1. Need a platinum wire. Okay. So I do the same thing here. Platinum wire. Platinum wire. Craft. Patterns. And we also need the 2x from the wire mill. Wire. There's the 2x-wire, and then the cables. Actually, no, it's molecular assembler. Perfect. Cool. Now 1 platinum cable. Alright, so we have 4 tungsten cables already, so that's kind of beautiful. And we're just waiting on platinum. There it is. Higher tier cables. Caravan Lurker, welcome to the stream. How you doing? No, not HV. EV. Really? So, those cables didn't unlock anything, so I'm assuming... No, I wouldn't think indium. I think we'd have to go through the EV field generators maybe to unlock the rest of the quests. I mean, those are all done. That's not even the main quest. These are not the main quest. Indium is... I call him Bob. We call the robot Bob. Yeah, alright, so I guess we'll make some field generators. Field generators, you can make your first quantum chests or quantum tanks, but the first two should be for your tier 2 rocket. Ouch. That's nasty. Alright. I guess okay. 144 would be 288, 500. So it's a lot better in the assembler here. Molten HSSG. LUV circuits. Or still LUV circuits here. Okay. Kaylee and Karuval, welcome to the stream. Yep, field generators to progress. Okay. I think you should already have access to the IV tab. Not quite yet. Molten HSSG. Fluid extractor. MV, that's fine. Kind of goofy how we have to have molten, but whatever. So there's that. And then we also need a recipe for the field generators. Ooh. So we're going to need to figure out a better way to get nether stars for these. Didn't he make the skip? I mean, I probably do have enough for the skip. The tungsten. So let's do that. Also, we're going to turn off our music, or turn on our music. Music and sounds, just in case we get the music for getting into the next tier. So I heard that was the thing, so I want to try and see. Okay, so pause the music that's actually playing in the background there. Go back to the game. Done. Yeah, trigger. Tungsten, steel, Mars, skip. Awesome. So... okay. So I'd assume, yeah, they'd want you to go to Mars. They want you to make the rocket, probably, to continue the progress there, but... Tungsten steel complete. Tungsten steel is needed in all machines for the next tier. Can you get enough to advance? You have the EV superconductors. Uranium and platinum. Gross. So there's all that. And the IV quest page is unlocked. Oh my goodness. What is that? On your way to asteroids and other rocket tier 3 dimensions. Not gonna lie, the tier 2 rocket looks insane. Or not tier 2, tier 3, my bad. Get that IV set up, Blaze. You need that saline. See, and I don't even know what the saline is yet. I'd assume it's what? Wait, no, saline in real life is like, obviously a liquid. I feel like it's something with the medical field. Also, we didn't get any new music, by the way. Unless maybe because I just turned on the music. We'll turn on the music in the background for now. Okay, it's finishing up that song, and I should go to the next one. Tier 3 is goated because of Ross. You get it through IV, okay. Need to complete the IV quest. Oh, the first one, okay. Saline, okay. Get the IV assembler, and let's gamble with the loot bags. Yes, let's do some gambling. Not bad, though. Unlock the Ivy quest page, which we could have done it the other days with this, but I was trying to do it the extended way, but I would have had to have gone to make the tier 2 rocket. Oh, argon. Yttrium, barium, cuprate. Ew. Thorium-232, niobium, titanium. IV mixers, chemical reactors at IV level. It's insane. They also, yeah, it's insane that they show the rocket right away. So, to make the IV machine hull, IV level, you will need tungsten steel for machines, suggested planets and moons to visit Mars, Phobos, and Deimos. Make sure to get a set of TPV coils for your EBF. You should have learned how to Gregtech by now. If not, go clean up the machine craters in your base. Many Gregtech++ multi-block machines unlock at this tier. Make sure you have an alloy blast smelter ready to go and check the Gregtech++ tab. What does it say? Today I learned the hard way that UPS doesn't take anything with batteries. Oof. That's kind of annoying. But, I mean, it makes sense why they do have that policy, but they had to figure it out like that. I kind of forget some of those rules, so that then when I actually go to ship things, even though it doesn't happen often, it's like, oh, oops. Zachary, welcome into the stream. How you doing? So to make this, it's not going to be too bad. We'll have the assembler, 2 1x tungsten cables, molten PTFE, which we have automated now, which is amazing, and IV machine casings. So an IV machine hull. Do we have that recipe already? We do. Machine casing. So we just need to add in the hull now. Alright, so we'll do this. Recipe, boom. And now this is going into an assembler, no circuit. Okay, assembler, dual interface. Perfect. LV machine hull. Let's kind of keep these somewhat organized here. EV machine hull. Beautiful. So now, what is it? IV machine hull. Craft 1. 4 tungsten steel. What are you... Oh, you're missing it for the plates. Alright, put those back in there. We don't need those in our hand. Don't need the cables. Craft. Yes. The quest names are funny. There. Ruri. Wait, did I just completely missed them. Thorium-232, yttrium. Glowing matter. Even better magnetic rods. I will say, yeah, some of the creativity with the names of the quests, too, is... I would agree. I've seen some in the past tiers, which are pretty funny. So, kudos to the devs once again for making the game even that much better. Bella, Cat, and Crewwoo, what's going on? Welcome into the stream. There it is. Our IV machine. Oh. Oh my goodness. That was beautiful, but also very loud. I didn't realize how loud it was going to be. Okay. That was awesome. And then cue the Minecraft music to go into the background after that. That was awesome. I could only imagine what all the other tiers gotta be as well. Our IV machine hull. A little farther, but I don't recommend showing them all. Heart attack alert. Yeah, I don't like doing that because I like the surprise of seeing all these other things. A Europa trip. Ross 128B, Ceres, and Callisto. Oh no, yeah, not the quantum stars. I'm not looking forward to those. So, we're going to have to basically figure out how to automate, what do you want to say, some of the magic stuff for the Salus Mundus duping to get all of the nether stars that we're going to need. What's going on, Diego? It can be as loud as it wants because, damn, it feels good. That is true. We can't be mad at how loud it is. I mean, we did make insanely good progress. Niobium titanium becomes more important in LUV tier. Needs an EV mixer to mix and an electric blast furnace with TPV heating coils. We already have, which is nice. Read the tab description. Oh, that's right. Okay, I forgot about these. This tier is all about the plat line. Oh, yeah, baby. That's going to be amazing. And making the assembly line. They're both super hard, but necessary. This is probably where most people drop out. Good luck. Dang, so if we make it past here, we make it past where, yeah, most people drop out, which is kind of crazy and awesome at the same time. If you're curious, the earlier tiers unlock music is similar, just with more acoustic instruments, and it gets more digital / synthy or synth-y, yeah. You get like the synthesizers. As you progress through the tiers, that kind of a touch too. You make sense because you're going more sci-fi into the future. That's awesome. Oh, are you sure you want to claim all reward? No. Oh, see, was this always a thing? Automatically pick random choice rewards from quests. No. Because I would have done this in the past if I would have known that, yeah, you could just click no for those ones and then manually just go back and choose. I'm doing Platline second day, halfway done. Nice. See, that's the thing too, that now we're starting to get more materials and everything. We can actually make as many LCRs as we want, so we could just set up a huge area, kind of, what do you want to say? Organize it and lay it out the way that we want, and then just hook it up later. Claim all. No, stop clicking the claim all button. It's the description. There we go. High-tier chemical recipes need high-tier IV chemical reactor. Alternatively, you can use the large chemical reactor with 2 EV or 1 IV energy hatch, which you can make after you finish the plat line. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Have fun. If you missed it or forgot, hold a stack of plat line dust to skip the quests in between. You can also skip PBI, but you need to hold 256. Huh. Oh my gosh. Oh no, look at all this stuff. I have 12 of them right now for the plat line. Damn. Dimethylbenzene, polybenzimidazole. Oh, okay, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, the polybenzimidazole is like a super important, like, something kind of like a plastic. It replaces PTFE, polyethylene, and all that other fun stuff in certain recipes. The other way. When you inevitably get samarium ore, you'll end up getting a ton of this dust. There are a couple of options here. One includes the monazite line, I've heard of that one, and has a higher yield. The other is simpler but has a poorer yield. We'll look at the latter here. Excuse me. Oh, there's the tricalcium phosphate. All that stuff we'd never used before. Finally getting a use. Eventually, you'll probably want to switch entirely to the monazite option, but for now, supplementing it with this can be a good idea. So, dephosphated samarium concentrate dust. Oh, wait, that we get that as a byproduct. Gotcha. What do you use this for? Oh, okay, so you centrifuge that to get samarium and thorionite. And it turns into thorium, doesn't it? Okay. Interesting. You get 4 aluminum, turns into 10 alumina. I don't know if you lose some aluminum out of that or not, but... Or 3 and 2. Magnesia. Huh. Interesting. Samarium, and then more samarium. Hey, look at that. Palladium processing. And what is this? Platinum group processing all the other metals. Yeah, look at all this. Absolutely insane. Iridium. Sodium nitrate. Oh, rhodium. Okay. And ruthenium. It's going to be crazy once we get our full plat line actually built out. If you've been processing platinum, you should have a lot of platinum residue dust lying around. You can finally process it and gain all the rest of the delicious rare metals from it. But to do so, we'll need some to make potassium disulfate, and then flute extract it to get the molten version beforehand. See, now that we have the AE2 system, though, it's going to be a lot easier, I feel like, because we don't need to mess around with all these, and we could easily filter out stuff with different buses and all that other good stuff. So I'd assume eventually we'll probably just tear this down. Or we'll just basically rebuild it in a different tier. Like, we'll probably go out to here. We'll build a tunnel to the center of a volcano. Wondering if that floor is going to have to get moved. But then we can kind of build a different room somewhere. Got to figure out where is going to be a good idea, because we have to go down quite a ways, actually, to not have to worry about reaching the surface. Or we just have a tunnel to go to the center there that goes to, like, the launch pad or something like that, or just to go out to here, but we still have another staircase to get back down to a different tier. We'll figure it out once we need it, but some crazy stuff that's going to be happening eventually, and we still need to beautify this whole area. How do you all motivate yourself to play Gregtech New Horizons? I can't even start the Steam age. I don't know, it's just like a drive that I have inside of me to continue further into the mod pack, to do something that, say, a lot of other people haven't done. It's more of like a competitiveness, because I want to be one of the few people that has actually completed it, and just like the sense of accomplishment to get to the end of it is something that kind of just motivates me to get to the end of the mod pack. If you can't make a strong plant line, you can't get past IV. It's that simple. The great filter in this pack. And I want to try and do it by myself without, like, looking into other people's plant lines. I don't want to copy other designs. I want to test my own ability to see if, in my opinion, if I'm deserving to get through the pack. That's kind of the way I'm thinking about it. What's the objective today, Mr. Blaze? Not really sure now. We got into the IV tier, so we'll see. We'll kind of keep looking at things and see where we want to go from this point on. Picture the meme of the miner giving up as he was about to hit diamonds, but with 1,500 hours. Exactly that. Can't stop now. We got to keep pushing through. We got to get to the end. Testing your worthiness. Heck yeah. We got to see if we are worthy. Are we worthy to Greg? And funny enough, with all the Yellowstone lilies that we made, somebody made a joke in the Discord that we have to make another sacrifice of circuits to Greg, which it has been a while. For those of you that don't know, we have a sacrificial area where we sacrificed, was it LV, MV, and HV circuits to Greg. This is our sacrifice area. We'll have to build it up a little bit more again, and then, who knows, maybe build some more circuits around here for, what is it, EV, IV, and LUV. Which, maybe we could stack them all three around, and then eventually maybe another one there. Yes, a sacrifice is needed. Yep, for all of the tungsten that we're getting from our plants over there now. We'll have to make another sacrifice. The second great sacrifice. I will put that on my CV if I reach the Stargate. Wait, you're going to put what on your CV? Also, what is a CV? I forgot. I found you through your first sacrifice video. That's actually funny that that's where you found our channel from. That's awesome. Sacrifice your first quantum processors. Do we have... I think we do have some, don't we? That's LUV. Quantum processors. Oh, it's EV. Well, not even that bad then. I say that even though I don't even think we can make them yet. Can we? No, we don't have a recipe here. Qubit processing, nano components. No, you don't. Yeah. So that's another thing that we're gonna have to do at some point is upgrade the power going into this room. So that's gonna be interesting. Eventually, maybe you have to run a power. Ooh. So that's another thing. I guess I didn't really think about having to move our clean room. Unless we just make multiple clean rooms at one point, but... We'll see what we have to do in a second here. Get up out of here. There we go. Well, eventually, no, the clean room's not even going to matter once we get the, what is it, the circuit assembly line or something like that, I think it's called. I think it's the same as a resume. Oh, yes, yes, okay. Yep, I know what you mean then. Put it on your resume. Gregtech certified. I have built the Stargate. You have to hire me because I did this. That'd be crazy. Somebody out there probably will someday maybe put that on their resume. I mean, if you're doing a resume for something gaming related or maybe game development, there you go. Actually, it would make sense. I want to see the first person who does that. That'd be amazing. Glowing matter. Yeah, so glowing coral. Funny enough, algae and glowstone. There was a glowing coral plant. Oh, it makes sonarium stuff. Okay. Well, we don't have UU matter, so that doesn't really matter that much to me right now. And a screenshot from the Gregtech New Horizons Discord. A world screenshot. Just upload your whole world save file. Oh, so they already teach us about the IV superconductors. Dang. Yeah, an IV mixer. Mallard rust smelly. What? Insane voltage multi-blocks. Oh, wait. Let's go to the multi-block quest page. Yes, I am very excited for this. Where are we? Multi-block goals. So there's all that fun stuff. One fluid tank to store it all. Drone are not drones. But they can be as industrious as bees. These new electric friends are great companions for multi-block machines. Oh, okay, so I think I'm starting to understand a little bit more. FNA fan, thank you very much for following and for the likes. Welcome into the stream. How you doing today? I despise IV superconductors. They're probably insanely disgusting to make. At least now, obviously, but it's going to be interesting to see how they're actually made. The drone center is a newly designed machine. It doesn't need power. Just put a drone into it and it will start running. Okay, and it will start running. Once running, the drone will automatically scan for a drone downlink module, replacing maintenance hatches on multi-block machines with a certain range, within a certain range, and attempt to establish a connection with the host. If successful, you can remotely control this multi-block machine from the drone center. Huh. Additionally, you can rename the machine for easier identification. You can rename it either by right-clicking the drone downlink module or in the drone center. Placing more advanced drones will increase the range of the drone center with no limit on the amount of drones. Notice that drones may crash during operation. The probability decreases from Tier 1 to Tier 3. And Tier 3 anti-gravity drones never crash. Besides, if the machine host is too far from the drone center, the GUI remote control function will be disabled, but the turn on off all button and maintenance functions will still work. That's actually kind of crazy. I wonder... I'd assume that's got to be very useful, but I don't think it'd be too annoying to set up. I say that. Maybe one day our drone can control machines on other planets. Drive engine online. That's actually insane. A drone center. Oh, okay. Drone downlink module. So you would put this in place of the maintenance hatch. Titanium reinforced blocks. Actually, it ain't even that bad. That's pretty cool. And then TFFT. TFFT is very useful if you don't want to have a bunch of super tanks. It has a modular structure so it can be up to 4.33 times bigger than numbers in this quest. Okay, interesting stuff that I'll also have to read later on, but that is not the multi-blocks that I was looking at. Mass processing is the one that I wanted. Here we go, baby. The IV multi-blocks. Upon reaching the land of IV machinery, you can put together even more multis and speed up your automation. Many of the multi-blocks from IV tier onwards use special alloys, which either need to be cooked like any ingots you've used before in a furnace or EBF, but there are also alloys which have to be made in the alloy blast smelter, the ABS, as a fluid. Ooh. Okay, yeah, which then needs to be solidified. The multis that need ABS alloys are further down To unlock their quests, you will first need to craft the ABS itself. However, there is a large assortment of machines you can craft without it, just by having the respective IV single block equivalent and some other resources. Those will be here. You might want to be right. You might be able to find some more if you look closely through the NEI. Good luck. Oh boy, even more madness. Which we don't even have nearly enough power to run the EV machines we have, but I cannot wait until we have like our full setup of like multi-block machines. That's gonna be amazing. A tier 1 drone crashes every 8 hours. See, that doesn't sound too bad. Even on late IV, they are still crazy. About the ABS, go for Stabloid Construct Farm. Now it's witchery time and the first EEC. So we'll see what we have to deal with first. Keep them separated. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we're getting into some crazy stuff. Crazy components. Electromagnets. Flux exhibitor. So what is this? When you need to polarize magnets or separate magnetic materials, look to the MFE. This multi-block requires an electromagnet to be inserted into its housing. Better magnets, better bonuses. In IV, you'll be stuck with an iron electromagnet, though. Oh, that's insane. Okay, so it's an electromagnetic separator, polarizer, or obviously the MFE, magnetic flux exhibitor. Chat, this is getting awesome. The electrolyzer needs a lot of oxygen or hydrogen. Oh, need lots of oxygen or hydrogen. Just want to rip apart materials or tons of aluminum? Yes. It's insane. I can't wait to get the electrolyzer. That's going to make my life way nicer. Industrial wire factory. Blue steel, that's easy. And an advanced wire mill. That's not even that bad. Wire factory casings. I like how that doesn't even show. Oh, wait, there we go. And it's just blue steel. The bad part is going to be energy. No, maybe not even. So, wire mill. It doesn't say anything about power. The wire mill feels like it's not even that bad. The wire mill, my beloved. Yeah, we got to get one for like every single frickin' wire in here. But that is going to be amazing to get that guy going. Need enough wire to go around the world? Here you go. Nice. Large molecular assembly. Ooh. Hold on a minute. The large molecular assembler is exactly how it sounds. A very quick molecular assembler with much bigger inventory for crafting patterns. Can handle up to 1,024 crafts per second at a maximum energy usage, making it up to 100 times faster than the molecular assembler. That's insane. Do you understand how the multis use power? So what is it? You need the base power for certain recipes. And most stuff is like ULV or LV, but then once you increase to the next tier, it halves the speed by overclocking. So that's pretty much, I know, like the overclocking stuff. But there is certain recipes that need, say, maybe a minimum voltage of, say, MV, EV, or IV. Slapping 8 input buses on the industrial wire mill is perfect. Oh my gosh. Need 8 molecular assemblers. Reduce the finish time to 0.5 seconds and 0.25 seconds. Huh. The multi... Ooh, that looks pretty cool. I like that. Oh, hello. Don't go that far back. I want solids, not liquids. What is this? The Zingen. Oh, okay. This is for the alloy smelter, the ABS. For when your ABS isn't the right machine, also uses coils. Note that this multi-block is a multi-block version of the alloy smelter, not a solid version of the alloy blast smelter. Huh. Okay. Oh my goodness, these are crazy looking. Play-Doh for the big girls and boys. Industrial extrusion machine. See, that's going to be good too, getting all of our extrusion needs. What else are we missing? Mallard Rust Smelly. Oh, is this the AB? Okay, or is it Alloy Blast Smelter? Ah, yes. Well, that makes more sense. This multi-block creates the higher tier alloys needed for more advanced multi-blocks and your soldering needs. It directly smelts ingredients into liquids, and you can even melt down metals like tungsten faster too, until you get better coils for your EBF at least. Ah. Most of the multi-blocks you can now make are optional, but quite powerful upgrades to your current single block setups. Not only do they provide more speed, they also have a bit of advanced functionality. Where are we at? You can also electrolyze materials without using cells, or use a single block. Yes. Love all that stuff. Yes, this. Make this multi first, the multi-block extruder. Yeah, for like all of our rod, well, yeah, no, the rods, pretty much everything that we're already extruding, yes. This one is sick. Check how the fluid shaper looks. Alloy Blast. That one's interesting. I think I saw the fluid shaper one. It's like a weird, long, like, tunnel case. So hold on back a second. It's funny how we can't open any of these. Yes, fits the mold. So we'd have to make that first. But the fluid shaper, I'd assume, is unlocked from one of these. Probably the fits the mold quest. It's crazy how long that you can make it, too. Yeah, this is just tier 1, and just like, woohoo! Insanely long. But I do like how you can continue to upgrade it. That's not, like, related to the length, but just, like, the types of glass and, like, the casing. Maybe the casing's not so much. Just the glass, I guess. Still cool. Honestly, the wire mill is way more valuable, but the extruder is definitely second best. I don't even know where I'm going to put all these machines. I'm going to have to eventually make another room. So this will be for all of our EV stuff, which we don't even have completed yet. Ooh, okay, so hold on a minute. Large chemical reactor for sulfuric acid and a large chemical reactor for nitric acid. So, in today's stream, I want to get nitrobenzene. I think that is what my goal is now. The chem plant. Chemical reactors will be easy. But now I want to see if we can maybe get some nitrobenzene going, because we're going to hopefully be a lot more efficient now. And make a lot more power. That's going to be another big thing. So we've been rambling on for a bit. I want to go back outside. I want to get some more of the end stone dust. Try to get some more tungsten going. We've done a whole lot of yapping today. So everybody that is in the stream, I want to say thank you very much for being here. I do greatly appreciate it. Welcome into anybody who may be new. 1.72k. Eventually, I'm going to need to have a better method of emptying this out. Or just transferring it to, what do you want to say, the me system. Which maybe I'll just get like a super long cable run underground or something. Okay, hold on. F. Organize that. We don't need this. Don't need a mushroom. We don't need that. Perfect. I'm new, totally. Yeah, we've never seen you before. RIP ammonia production. No nitrobenzene for Blaze. Ammonia. Although, hold on to your horses there a second. Oh, hello. Accidentally went back upstairs. So we have a bunch of wood vinegar now. 1.4 million. We're still producing that. Oh, hello. Ammonia. Wood vinegar. I think we can get ammonia from wood vinegar. Uses. Okay, so we get acetic acid, water, methanol, ethanol. So benzene we got, sulfuric acid we got, distilled water we got. The nitric acid that's going to be bad. Ammonia. Because nitrogen dioxide is nitric oxide. Yeah, none of that stuff. I think it is ammonia that we're going to have to do, isn't it? Could do this. It's very inefficient, but hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen. But what is the ammonia made from again? Hydrochloric acid? Nope. Ammonium chloride? Nope. Nope. Yeah, so it could have another LCR just for this. All of our nitrogen and hydrogen. Wait, this is a new recipe? The nitrogen and the hydrogen? I could have sworn this was there before. I mean, we're producing a lot of hydrogen from... what is it, our electrolyzer that's making the carbon, and then our nitrogen, I think, from all the centrifuges and stuff upstairs. For the nitric acid. Okay, hold on a second. So, hydrogen, nitrogen. So they've had nitrogen dioxide and water, ammonia, oxygen. I don't know which one you mean's new. Direct recipe. July, what's going on? I love science. Well, you will love this mod pack then. There's a lot of chemistry in Gregtech New Horizons. So yeah, a lot of these look like they've been there before, like from my memory, because I remember looking at this so many times. It's insane. I love science. You're probably the person that's been the most in love with science, I will have to say, out of people in every stream. What do you love about science? Oxygen and... Okay, so nitric oxide. But still you need, yeah, ammonia for... Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Nitrogen dioxide, all that fun stuff. So, let's look. Toluene... Oh, stop moving around. Nitrogen and hydrogen. So where are we producing everything? So this is our hydrogen, which we're going to be making literally forever with all of this stuff. What is it? Dimethylbenzene. Yeah, and that's just from this tower. I mean, we have another tower over there that eventually we could put 2 multi-blocks to produce it even faster if we need. And then... yeah, we have nitrogen being produced from this setup. Had it set up in my LCR before the update. Plenty of recipe changes. I love the Aqua Regia. Doesn't force us to use diluted acids anymore. Yeah, actually, funny enough, Aqua Regia recipe. So, hydrochloric acid and nitric acid. We're going to be using a lot of nitric acid in the future. Oh boy. A lot of acid. Okay, you could just make it out of the cell there. Nitric acid there. Okay. So they're just different ways to put them in. That's fine. Or eventually, which I would prefer, getting a multi-block. Look at all this good stuff. I wish it was possible to drink Aqua Regia. Well, isn't it actually possible? You'd just probably... not survive long after it. Nitric acid is free from nether air. I now have a load of it after setting up the netherite line. Nitric acid. Nether air. That's actually insane. Nether air. I would have not thought that this was a thing. Nether air. Okay, you can make a different kind of blood. 300k. Could be like cooled down blood. Ah, okay, so that's how you get it. So you make the nitrogen dioxide from the nether air. I gotcha. I want to survive it. It'd be nice just to be able to survive eating and drinking anything you can. You can get nether air pretty early on in IV. So then you get sulfur dioxide and trioxide, which I don't even know the uses for those. Nether semi-fluid. What are these used for again? Okay, so you can get water and sulfur back out of that. Sulfur trioxide, sulfuric acid, other ways. So it's just like, some other good, interesting stuff. Sulfur trioxide with water. There's some other interesting stuff. Alright. See, now I'm getting happier and happier that we are having access to more abilities to store everything in the system. So that way everything's all nice and, I don't know, connected. $2,000 dust. We have 49 tungstic acid. So we'll let that go for a second there. Yeah, for another error, semi-fluid distilleries into lots of stuff. Wait, look at the vacuum freezer, then the distillation tower. Hey, the mana, how's it going? Blaze, did you update the pack? Yes, we are actually in 2.8 now. Yeah, another air into the semi-fluid. Whoa. Heavy, hellish mud. Nefarious gas. Coal gas. It's actually funny that they, like, show you what the nether air is supposed to be made of. Get a lot of neon. Anthracene. I don't even know what anthracene is. I feel like a gas. Nefarious gas. Nefarious oil. Oh, okay. So nefarious oil. What? Why would you want to make it back into ancient debris? Netherite scrap into all this. Oh wait, unless because it's like a duplication thing to make more ancient debris. Well, that's equal to 1, so I don't even know. Ah, here you go. 1 into 16. That's maybe why you would do something like that. Quantum force transformer. That's insane. Hey, Spy. How's it going? Alright, so we got all of that completed now. Can we request an LCR? LC3. Yes, I want an LC3. Oops. No, I don't want that. LCR. I want 2 of them. So, chemically inert machine casings we have to automate, as well as silver wires. So, chemically inert machine casings. Which is solid steel machine casings with that in an assembler on circuit 6. We don't have an assembler circuit 6, though, do we? We do not. So we'll have to make another assembler. Advanced circuit assembler. Advanced assembling machine. Missing electrum. Of course we're missing electrum. Silver. Drusi or Drukai, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Gotta get a lot more stuff going here. Alright, silver. Hold on, let's put this all away. Give me some more space here. This is why it's going to be nice getting the ore proc network actually set up properly. Alright, so while that's going, I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. I hate the netherite line so much, forcing us to use the stupid multi-blocks. Oh, so there's no way to use any single blocks? Oh no, the netherite line jump scare. How are you doing your chemistry? What do you mean by how am I doing the chemistry? I guess pretty much just doing the chemistry, but just following the NEI. That's about, I guess, the best way I could do it. Unless you meant something else. Not Mill, though. Mill is a Giga Chad. I like Mill, I just don't like the phallic tower that is the flotation tower. Oh, like the chem reactor auto. Oh, how is that set up? So I have it going into... No, that's something else there. This me interface that is attached to a chest. So I have a pattern that's encoded. So all of the ingredients are right here. 18 chemically inert machine casings. I have all of that. So then it pops them out into here, all the ingredients, once it's actually built. And that uses a, what is it called? A fake crafting card, so it doesn't have to see that it actually has been crafted to complete the process. And I just made that with, I think it was just this. I put in a piece of paper named LCR right here as the output, and then I manually inputted all of the ingredients that I would need for the LCR into here. Not that, the chemistry. Let him cook. Let me cook. Let me just show the entire process of everything. So this, I have the P2P network coming into here, and then, let's see, it comes up through the pink, goes into two dual interfaces that are sandwiched together. So the one on the left is the one that all the recipes get, so that's all of this with, well, yeah, that's just a pattern capacity card, nothing crazy. I have allow insert of the same recipe, so that way it only inserts one recipe into this network. So this yellow here or this blue here are separate sub-networks for the crafting and the LCRs that are then connected to multiple hatches. Obviously the input bus here to select the circuit. And then all of the outputs come out the center as well on this pink, main network. But the second dual interface has a advanced blocking card, so that I think it prevents the input of more than one recipe along with the selection on the other side, the other interface. So that's kind of how these two kind of work out. Oh my gosh, you should make a universal LCR. See, I've seen those, and I will say, like, it will be very beneficial, I'll say, later on. Once I have a lot more resources, I could have, I don't know, 100 LCRs that could basically do any craft with the universals. I just don't know how to do it yet, and I don't know if it would be really efficient for me yet, just because I don't have a whole lot of LCRs to use. This is Blaze after all. Let him blaze. Let me blaze it. Alright, we got some more platinum, or not platinum, or silver. So we'll get a bunch of electrum cooking then, and then we can hopefully start crafting up a bunch of stuff. That is all that. Dump these in. I'll let that just kind of cook for now. Not even later, I made it on EV. I use one IV LCR. That ain't too bad. Although I feel like if I was just using one LCR, because I don't know how big the universal system is. I don't remember it being too crazy. And I know I could scale it with multiple LCRs. I'm probably going to wait until I get more of the separate multi-blocks made in Ivy, I think, before I start messing around with universals. Like, I'll have maybe one massive room set up for just LCRs that'll be then used for all that fun stuff. Anyways, gotta go, Blaze. Have a good one, everyone. We'll see you later, Patch. Thank you very much for jumping in today. We'll see you again next time. Universals are for commonly used materials, but I won't use them for the plant line and other stuff. Yeah, see, that would make sense. You would want a separate line for that specifically to maximize your efficiency on, like, the plant line. Remember, children, more equals better. Yes. It may be more expensive, but it is still better. Electrum. Let's see what we can make for Electrum. 512? Yes, we can. We use almost all of our silver, but it's necessary. Alright, so we're going to do that. Change the music also real quick, and then I can run to the bathroom. Go with just basic Minecraft music right now. Butter, yes. Gotta love the butter. Alright, we're gonna let that go, and I will be right back. 1 second, chat. Alright, I'm back. So I got all the Electrum. Honestly, it's funny enough, we're also running out of space over here, too. For the A2 network. We should get another wire mill and an assembler. Do we actually get the assembler built? Yes, advanced assembly machine. So that's going to be circuit 6 for these. Also, wire mill. No, we don't have that. Okay. Wire mill HV. So 4 motors and an HV. Okay, so HV. Should get these kind of automated too. 4. Of course, you're missing silver wire. Why? Why? Okay. Can we actually make a molecular assembler? Craft 1 advanced assembly machine. We can. Okay, so it's not that bad. Alright, so I'm going to take some of our silver, actually take that as well. Smelt this up. And 1 gun is not enough. Use more gun. A certain engineer, yes. Superconductor, base wire, black steel. Bring this all back. Chalcopyrite. Can we use this for anything else? I think we just want to smelt this, right? Yes. I love how we have blast furnaces now. Way too late for us to use them, but the fact that they're there, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo all like this wiring stuff at some point. That's not gonna be fun. Silver, where did my silver just go? I just had it, there we go. I do love that you could do that to drop items in. That is nice. Alright, so we have all of the silver wire there. And what, oh what were we doing? Okay, so 4 motors, HV. Craft 4 of those. Boom. And then craft an HV machine hull. Awesome. So we're going to get another wire mill. Sad that the Battle Gear mod is gone, but having a permanent home for the healing axe is definitely nice. Yeah, see, the Battle Gear wasn't too bad for me. I mean, it was kind of goofy, being that I just never messed with it before. I, like, never experienced the mod pack, so having to switch by, like, pressing G to get everything was a little bit of an annoyance to me, but I could see why a lot of people would like it. But I am in agreement that I'm happy that they finally have the actual offhand in the game. Hi, little bro. What's going on, Cybrooks? How you doing? Battle Gear is goated, to be honest. Alright, there we go. Advanced wire mill. Let's go, baby. So the wire mill just needs a assembly. We have a dual interface. We don't. We'll craft another one. Hopefully nothing bad happens. And then just a basic interface. Craft 4 of them, sure. Storage bus. Nothing else that I really care for in there. Alright, whatever. Okay, endstone dust. Or actually not endstone dust, just endstone. Okay, we have a bunch of other dust that we should probably get rid of, clean up our inventory a little bit. Blaze, what should I automate before getting into EV? Other than titanium processing? I'd assume, well, you probably already have polyethylene by now. Honestly, I don't even remember what I've all automated before getting into EV. I don't know if you could have this set up yet. No, I think some of these are actually EV machines. Yeah, they are. Okay, because they have the EV power. Yep. Those are all EV machines. Honestly, I don't even see that. It's not even been that long since I've been at that point of the game. I don't even really remember. I have polyethylene, sulfuric acid, iron 3 chloride, hydrochloric acid, and silicon poly SI automated. So you already have way more than I had automated. You still don't have titanium fully automated blades. I know there's, what is it, the bauxite or something else that I could mess with? Yeah. We'll get it eventually. Also, diesel. Hot damn. I would say you're doing a really good job so far with everything. I mean, before you even get into EV... Yeah, you got the titanium. See, there's more titanium I need to get automated here. Silicon... Yeah, you have this automated, do you? This would be some good stuff. The silicon rubber. What the heck is that? Oh my gosh, that's the forming press? Okay, that sounds kind of funny. I don't have silicon rubber automated yet. Yes, I would work on that because it's going to be good having all of that for, I guess, saying just cheaper rubber, and it's required for making the cables in IV tier. So maybe that'd be another good thing you could work on. All accessible plastics, basic plat line, tungsten, obviously, basic chemicals, acids, processing, polygrade. TNT. Yeah, TNT would be a good one. I don't know if it's any better to use TNT or not. I would say just the basic TNT is good. It takes a little bit more, or double, compared to the TNT, but you don't need to worry about the nitric acid. Excuse me. I was honestly thinking about styrene butadiene off rip since I have... Oh my gosh, I'm dying since I have the oil. Like, all the carbonation from the drinks I had earlier just, like, coming back to attack me. So, advanced assembling machine. No, that's not really what I wanted there, but it's fine. Advanced wire mill. Yes. Connect that, and then we do not have a renaming tool. Oh, we do. So, HV wire mill, circuit 6. And then we'll wait for the dual interface on that one, so we'll do... No, that's going to be 16. Circuit 16, perfect. And then this one's going to be circuit 6. Assembling machine. So there's that. We'll have a wrench. We need a screwdriver, which we don't have. We need a toolbox. Oh, good. Oh, there's a screwdriver. Okay, we're fine. I don't have any fluids coming back out of this. I think it was just items. It's items, because we just turn that on anyways. It doesn't hurt anything. Okay. I have solar grade silicon and normal silicon automated from cobblestone. I'm currently in a burnout state because of my confusion on what I should do. I kind of feel you on there because that's where I was with AE2 before I kind of figured out how to automate it and set it up actually better than what I had. Especially with that washer. When I was doing that, there was like 10 streams of me just messing with that in the AE2 and almost feeling like I was getting no progression. But now I'm getting like re-addicted again because I'm actually starting to understand and kind of figuring out where I should go. Go for the Me system as well. Yes, the Me system, if you can get that with the titanium, get that as soon as possible. I know people were harping on me for it, kind of like why, but once you start to use it and understand it, it is a huge game changer with how fast you're able to like obtain everything or being able to craft everything. I made another Labotronic supercapacitor for the ore processing base section. Heck yeah. I never needed to set up a proper AE2 network until Gregtech New Horizons. A single controller was sufficient in other packs. That's actually insane that you would get away with one controller. I got into LUV basically in terra firma Greg, but Gregtech New Horizons is different and I'm currently confused on what path I should get into. Feels like I have 10 paths ahead of me and all of them are convoluted. Hey, F&A fan, welcome back. How you doing? So, you said you already know about the titanium, and you're not in EV yet. You could also work on the radon loop, although I haven't even done that myself yet. I mean, I don't really use it all that much, but I will be, and I probably should be doing that soon. Yeah, obviously the plat line would be a good thing to get other cheaper electronic components. Polyphenylene sulfide. But see, a lot of that stuff, I'd say it probably makes sense to kind of wait until you have the Me system as well. So I would maybe recommend working on maybe obtaining stuff for the Me system and setting up some automation with that. What's up, everyone? What's going on? Mantegra, is that how you say it? Welcome to the channel. How are you doing? Platline is my main goal after I get myself settled into EV. I want to make my workshop machines into EV, and the workshop will be the pocket dimension. Sounds good. Yeah, what I would do in your situation for now is set up a bunch of smaller goals. Try not to think too crazily about getting into the next tier or whatever, just little things at a time, especially now where everything's branching out. Just kind of focus on one little thing at a time, and eventually it's going to add up to you getting through that tier, I would say. Good. You? I'm doing pretty good too, thank you very much for asking. So, do you have any experience with Gregtech New Horizons, fan? Good. Restarted a new Gregtech New Horizons world, making my clean room at the moment. Well, I wish you the best of luck with that. How many worlds have you had before? Or, like, is this your furthest playthrough that you've ever done? I always like asking everybody new to either of the channels. Obviously, I'm streaming to YouTube. I'm also streaming to TikTok as well. I know I say the words, and then sometimes they probably, like, shadow ban me on both platforms for saying their competitors' names, but it is what it is. Even if it isn't true. The joys of early Gregtech New Horizons. Yeah, right? I feel like once you get to the point where you have access to pretty much all, like, the basic multi-blocks, then it's like a just completely different gameplay at that point. You're planning for a lot different things that I can't even comprehend right now. Furthest world was UIV. It's my/our second world I play with a friend. Okay. Dang, UIV, where's... That's like way down there, isn't it? Oh, that's almost down towards the end. Dang. That's actually insane. So that's good that you have all of that experience then to actually continue through. Need to go for now and might return very soon. Sounds good. We'll see you later, Cybrux. Well, I do want to say welcome to the channel once again, and hopefully you'll help us reach our 10,000 subscriber mark on YouTube and follow along with our goal. I plan on making 2 Stargates to see, because I don't know what the Stargates are for yet. I'm trying not to spoil myself. But either way, I want to make 2 Stargates, as well as completing every quest in the quest book and every achievement in the achievements tab. You're going to suffer without the Me system after IV for sure. Yes, that is a guaranteed thing. After DTPF, it's just a long time waiting. We did not scale big enough. That's why I always try to overkill everything that I do. Just because sometimes it's just better to, I don't know, have more expensive builds, but then like you're waiting less on everything. Okay. Once again, I need the 2 the 2 LCRs. Did my interface not get built? I could have sworn it was built, and then I crafted it. Oh no, did I already set up on the machine? I am losing my mind now. Yep, okay, I did lose my mind. So we have the dual interface. Rename it HV Assembler Circuit 6. Yes. And then you will get the recipe for the chemically inert machine casings. Making 2,000 plus coils, is just a big ask. I could imagine, I mean, making, what, 16 coils of, like, the currently next tier takes a couple hours. I couldn't imagine 2,000 coils. That's insane. Perfect time to start a new run is when you start the Eye of Harmony progression. Play the new save while waiting for the Eye of Harmony. If I had 2 PCs, that's probably something I would do. Or what I would do if I wasn't building like decorations and stuff, like if that was already all done, I would go through and play a different game. Say right now, I would probably play Back for Blood with some of my other friends while other crafts are going on. Yeah, this is what Hamcorp is doing right now, which, awesome enough. Like, Hamcorp, Potato, and Threefold getting to play together, like, that is awesome. As you're waiting for, say, your single-player stuff to go through. 3TP has been enjoyable. So I kind of watched some of the base tour stuff, right? I turned it on for a little bit. I'm wondering how long... It's probably only going to be like a month or so until they probably catch up to, say, EV, IV tier. That's another thing that fascinates me about the multiplayer, seeing how much quicker progression is. When each person may go to, say, somebody might do Thaumcraft, and then another person's working on the base, and then another person's working on collecting all the resources. Which is great for mod pack popularity. Heck yeah. They're cooking a lot of viewers. Yeah, I see like somewhere from 300 to 400 people in a stream. Like, it's crazy seeing that many people that are interested in Gregtech that are willing to like watch streams. That is awesome. Let's see here. I always get caught up in chat too much. Okay, we're not worrying about anything in the IV quest tab again. We need the 2 LCRs. So we have the chemically inert machine casings. So now we can do LCR, craft. Let's see if we can craft 3. Okay, 16 electrum wires, yes. So let's do all that now. We're going to craft all of our cables. Electrum cables. Wires, yes. UV, dang. Alright, so we want the wire mill. Yes, circuit 16, 8 electrum. Boom, we got our first there, so that's awesome. So now we could do 3 again. So now we're missing copper nickel coil blocks and steel ingots. So how do we not have steel ingots automated? Oh, that's right. Because we don't have any of the EBFs actually automated yet. Took us 1 week to get to HV, and as soon as you get titanium and can do 82, you just going until you hit the assembly lines. Damn, 1 week. I guess if you're all pretty experienced in it too, yeah, it's pretty dang quick. By the way, it's wild. Hamcorp is playing this run and his earlier one in the same time. See, I wonder how he does that, if he has 2 PCs. Because I'd assume that'd be pretty demanding, obviously, on any computer, unless you have a higher-end computer, and then say you have 2 or 3 monitors, you can monitor everything. But if you're just chilling, waiting for crafting, and then, yeah, while you're waiting for that, go mess around in the other one, wouldn't feel like it'd be too bad. I wish I did have the time to be able to do something like that. Like, I am hoping and praying that someday I can become a full-time YouTuber. I would absolutely dream for that. The world is probably on a server, and Minecraft itself is not that bad on PC. Well, I guess, yeah, that probably does help quite a bit. Yeah, if you have both worlds on a server, then you don't have to worry about lag as much, too. Copper nickel coil blocks. We also need a bunch of steel, which wrought iron. I don't know why. So wrought iron dust. One of these is messed up. The wrought iron recipe. Let's look up here. Substitutions, no. Iron dust and oxygen. Substitutions, yes. So we need to get rid of this and change it. The substitutions is hurting us. So, wrought iron dust. Substitution is allowed. How does it even make sense, though, with other stuff? The macerator. Substitutions prevented, yes. Okay, so those are not allowed. So I can make 512 dust easy, because we already have all that. That's fine. So if I make it one step at a time, I think it works fine. But if I try to do just crafting all this without anything already pre-crafted, it doesn't really work out that well. They are playing on servers, so it's the only 2 Minecraft running. Yeah. Tooch hosts the Hamcorp server on the PC is playing on. So that's technically 2 instances. Yeah, to be able to host it from your own computer that you're playing on is actually kind of crazy. I need more EBFs. I need more of everything, too. But we're getting there. We're getting there definitely for sure. We need... See if we can make 2 LCRs. I'm getting hungry, too, now, so I'm also, like, thinking about everything. Copper nickel coil blocks. So we need to automate the coil blocks. Copper nickel coil, mica insulator foil, and then molten tin, obviously. So that's going to be in an assembler. Circuit 3. Oh my gosh. I'm going to need another assembler. I know I could change one of them with the no circuits to something, but then I'm worried about interfering recipes. Wait, HV assembler circuit 3. Does that have a dual interface? Oh, it does. Molten polyethylene. Let's go. We got coil blocks that we can make now. Do we have tin? No, we do not have tin as a recipe. Molten tin. Alright, molten tin. Are you busy tonight? Any reason why? What's up, Porcupine? You already running Volcanuses or still EBF? The EBF still. I don't know what the Volcanus is yet. But yeah, we're still running on EBFs. Wait, we already got that, so that's fine. Molten tin. So we want molten tin from the fluid extractor. Tin dust. Honestly, tin dust would probably be better, honestly. Especially with the... What is it? Dang it. The ore proc area that we're going to get set up later. We're going to get tons of dust from that, so we'll just have this set up. Boom. Alright, and then fluid extractor. Probably going to stream Bug Fables Plus tonight. Sounds good. Yeah, if I'm not busy, I'll try and tune in. How was it the last time? Like, how did you... I mean, what did you think of it, I guess? We got all these. Okay. Oh, you know what we also need to automate now? Okay. Now that we're getting into the foils. Okay, mica insulator foil. We don't have that automated. So we're going to need the sheets. Wait, floral. When are we going to get into this? Vacuum freezer. Oh, is this going to be one of the other crazy things? Okay. To get the ingot. The dust. Okay, you only get the dust from that, so we have to use it through the liquid. The liquid. Blast furnace. Molten magnesia. I didn't get to, like, the new content, like dungeons yet, but there's a few stylish systems like TTYD and enemies now hold such use items, like in, oh yeah, the 1,000-year door. Ah. That's actually, I do pretty cool that the dungeons too that you could get into at some point. I will play that game again at some point. I say at some point all the time, but it's just constantly hard, especially with Gregtech and everything else. I feel like I'm going to be playing a lot of other different games once Gregtech's done. Like, obviously we'll have this for quite a while, and then there's going to be GTA 6 that's going to take up a lot of time. Or if we're lucky enough to become a full-time YouTuber and then to have a set schedule for gaming, that's going to be kind of nice then, too. Molten magnesia, yeah. The dust, that ain't even that bad. Raw flogopite dust. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Alumina, potassium carbonate, quartz. Okay, alumina and quartz sand isn't even that bad. Potassium fluorosilicate dust. Rock salt and heck. Oh my gosh. Hydrofluoric acid and silicon. Okay, so that's that. That's not that bad. Potassium carbonate. Potash and carbonate. Wow. Callie, what's going on? Oh, you're going to play Grand Theft Auto 6. That's awesome. Heck yeah, I am. See, I cannot wait for it. I don't know if they actually delayed it, because wasn't it supposed to release in May? Got to schedule it all on the calendar like in the Gilded days. See, if I could do that. The only thing that I can't do it, or that I won't do it now, is because of my job currently. Just because I could just get called right during the stream and say, oh, can you go to work? That's the only thing that kind of sucks. I could make a schedule, but then also same thing with just life at home. Never really knowing what's going on every day. It's unlocked IV today. Volt Volcanus is, yeah, see, I guess I don't really, unless Volcanus is an IV thing. But yeah, we just unlocked it, so not quite yet. Once Gregtech is done, you are funny. I know, it's going to be another... Even though we've been in this world, this playthrough, almost a year, it's still probably going to be another year and a half, 2 years. Alright. Hold on, we need the foil. Hold on a second. So, go back. Foil with the bending machine, the mica insulator sheets. That's on circuit 1. Multi-block bender, circuit 1. There's that. Then we also need to get the mica insulator sheet with the alloy smelter, so that's already fine. Silicon dioxide. I actually feel like I have a lot of this, but I think quartzite. We don't really use quartzite for much, do we? I don't think we do. What do we have for silicon dioxide? We actually have 4,200. Let's actually use that. We don't really use silicon dioxide for much, do we? I mean, yeah, use it on all that, but I mean... We'll keep the recipe for now with silicon dioxide. How about that? You will turn 30 before you finish, Greg. Yes, I will turn 30. Last time it took us 7 to 8 months to get to UIV, so yeah, solo is probably 1 year, so... Yeah, we've already been in... we started this run in November of last year. So, alloy smelter. Oh, look at that, we have 2 of the same recipe. Oops. Alright, so now that we have the insulator sheets, we need the mica-based sheets. Oh, with circuit 2, we could do 16 at a time. Let's do 4 for now, circuit 1. So let's look at the forming press real quick. Any circuits? These have circuit? Oh, those are all the any circuits, okay. Oof. Mica-based pulp. In the mixer, circuit 2. Sticky resin. We should have a crap ton of sticky resin. Circuit 2 in the mixer. Do we have a mixer circuit 2? Mixer. EV mixer circuit 2, HV mixer circuit 2, dual interface. We don't need the dual interface. EV mixer circuit 2. That also has a dual interface on it. Okay, mica-based pulp. I'd assume we have a lot more sticky resin, yes. Mixer circuit 2, why not? There it is. So you got the mica-based pulp, sticky resin, 356. We actually don't even have that much. Raw rubber, 2,500. And 2 people playing 8 to 10 hours plus a day. And it still took 7 to 8 months. Dang. And you probably both... Well, I would assume that you already knew kind of what you were getting into, unless maybe that was all new content for you as well. Still insane. Volcanices are insanely goated. My condolences. Wait, looking at the Prismarine line pains me, knowing I have to set that up in the next few days. So I'm glad I don't have to hopefully worry about it for a couple months yet. Let me see here. Anyway, I need to go on my friend's server. I must launch this damn clean room today. Have a nice stream, and Greg. Sounds good. We'll see you later, Tooth Grinder. Thank you very much for jumping in today. It was our first go at Gregtech New Horizons. Okay, so at least there is some leeway with some of the time then on that, to where maybe it would have taken a little bit longer just because of learning things as well. So have that recipe. I guess I could have maybe used... what is it? Allow substitutions, but it's fine. We shall survive. Yeah, and then the mica dust. Alright. So we're good enough on that. And now... Yes, if we still want 2 LCRs. LC3s. Steel ingots. Missing 24. So our iron dust. So now if I do 128. Available iron dust. Okay, so it actually shows it up right now that I took out the substitutions. So I use the iron dust and the oxygen to make the raw iron, and then to make that. Start with the follow, just in case it doesn't work. No, I'm actually... Wait. I'm sending you my crop's blessings. Thank you very much. Now actually leaving. We'll see you later. Not a fluid output space. Okay. Oh. No. Please don't tell... Okay, we got 2 million wood vinegar there. Okay, dichlorobenzene, polyphenylene sulfide, creosote oil. How did you get in the system? And wood vinegar. Okay, so at least they're all separated. I was worried that they was going to fill into other ones. Gotta be careful with that going on in the future, too. Alright, so that's not on anymore. Take all of that out. Take that out. That. Turn you back on. Alright, sweet. Now you can start smelting for a while. Steel ingots. Yeah, you have 714,000 for now. It ain't too much, but we'll get you hooked up with the system downstairs. Which actually... I guess I could have this cable coming over this way and just dropping down. Oh, and then you know what I could do is I could have this automated to make steel for me, since the lower tier, it doesn't really take that much, and it still produces fast enough for now, until I have another area later on. Yeah, look at it, it's actually working. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It was not working before because I had the substitutions on. And I was trying to, like, take other items or something like that. Cool. Okay, so now we just kind of have to wait for some steel, and then we can get our LCRs, and then still work on the nitrobenzene. There it is. LCR. Craft 2. 1.69 kilobytes. Start with a follow. Sometimes I just love watching this. This is so cool. And this is why I'm also happy that we have 4 coprocessors on this. So that way we're doing a lot of the crafting steps right at the same time. That's beautiful. Stainless rods, all the other stuff. It's going to make all the insulator sheets or the foils. That's nice. I'm going to say slowly, it should start depositing everything into this chest. So what was the thing that I didn't have? Mica insulator sheets. It was the forming press that we didn't have. Okay. So I'll have to make another forming press just for these. Uses in the forming press. Wow. It really doesn't have that many uses for circuit 1. Oh well. Let's try and make a forming press real quick. Form press. HV. Okay, so we just need 2 pistons and that. Okay, we'll kind of wait. Just make the multi-block. Oh, that is true. We do have... So yeah, we could stack that up on top of this at some point. Actually, it might not be a bad idea just doing that. The only thing is, we don't have a lot of titanium. Material press, tembaga, titanium. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of titanium right now. Time to sleep. Have a good stream, Blaze. Thank you very much. We'll see you later, Hydro. Get some good rest, and we'll see you next time. Still churning up the benzene. Yes, you still are doing fine with that. Trying to think if I want more tungsten or more tungsten steel. I think yes, tungsten steel for sure. Turn this all into tungsten steel. So that way we can make our HSSG and hopefully get the coils as well sooner than later. Rutile go burr. See, my problem right now is for some reason I produce, what is it? I can output 4 amps of EV. But I don't think my cables have enough throughput to allow all the machines to kind of operate at the same time. So right now, this distillery tower is connected through a 24 amp HV cable, along with all these, which I guess this uses 4 amps, then you got all these machines. So I'm probably going to have to upgrade it, which is a little bit expensive. If you automate your rutile, you should get like 2k bars overnight. Yeah, see, I have it kind of automated through the ilmenite stuff here. I just can't run it with all these going at the same time, which I can kind of turn them on and off. 2.8 million. So let's try... We'll run it for a little bit, just to get a little bit more, because then sometimes this all shuts down. What is 4 amps of HV? Or EV? No, we produce 10 amps of EV. So that would be 40. Yeah, so if we get a 48 amp cable, we should be alright to dump all that through. So just literally double these in size. And eventually, I think we could branch it off into, say, smaller cables for this, since these never use that much. Also, getting rid of all these too helps save us on some power. Superconductor. Oh, we're waiting on the machine hull. Crafting 8 stainless steel plates. Where are you crafting those? Hello? Oh, because this is making stainless steel plates and it's using it for that. I gotcha. Should be 2 LCRs into 2 EBFs into a vacuum freezer, I think. Really? Well, I say, oh yeah, I guess you got 1 chemical reactor here, 1 chemical reactor there. Into a vacuum freezer. What would you vacuum freeze? I love the sound of the little bubbly effects here. That's pretty dang cool. I like that. Uses into titanium tetrachloride, which then, yeah, you use for making like the hot titanium ingots. I think where is it? Hold on a second. Make rubber. Oh wait, that's the LCR. Duh. Blast furnace right here. Okay, there it is. Into 2 EBS into a vacuum freezer. Oh, that's right. The vacuum freezer for at the very end to cool your titanium ingots. Dirt. There we go. Yep, that makes a bit more sense. So that's why I can't wait to have a lot more resources or access to more resources. So that way we can actually build everything out of multi-blocks, so we don't have to worry about wording with cells and all that other stuff, and just easily connect everything. Of course, yeah, see the distillation tower's not happy. Which, we used to be able to run that guy with that guy. Although, I don't know if it's because this... No, I just made a bunch of dust. Sad. Honestly feel like we should have enough throughput, but whatever. The fun stuff about power management. I guess we are using a lot of our machines over there now too, so we are drawing a lot. Superconductor 256. Barium. Barium is not the fun stuff. Although I think we have an electrolyzer. HV electrolyzer. Oh, that's why. Okay, two separate recipes. So, making barium. Barium dust. Just click on it so we have it there. Barium. Electrolyzer. Yeah, the barite ore, barite dust. Superconductor base LUV. No, so we want the barite dust there. And then the oxygen comes back into the system. We're gonna need another cell though for oxygen. Or make a tank so that it can overflow. Might just do that. Yeah, you're using benzene into the large gas turbines. Yes. So I have some fluid regulators on the side so that way it fills up the batteries as quick as possible. So the benzene goes into here and then obviously into each port. So then it burns that all up. What are we at? Efficiency 100%. Yeah, to charge up all these batteries through, we have EV dynamo hatches to charge up all these batteries. And then the power goes up to the system up here for the tungstic acid processing, as well as it drops down, which actually it would help having some EV lossless cables. Not that it's that big of an issue, I don't think. We have that all going into the high amp transformer. So it actually only does produce 16 amps of HV. Do we have HV diode, a 24 amp diode? No, so we only have 16 amp diodes, which is interesting. Yeah, so that's what we have here is a 16 amp. I guess if we... Wait, no, that's a transformer. Down to 16 amps of HV. We could get a higher amp transformer, but then we would need like 64 by cables that can handle... Or not 64 by, just like double these or triple these, so that way we don't have to worry about the amperage burning everything up. And I know you can kind of like go from a big cable down to a small cable. I just have to like relearn how to do that, so that way we don't burn anything up on accident, or just overkill everything. Barium, yes. Let's do this into the electrolyzer. So we got that. Now, super tank. Although, hold on a minute. It'll go back into here, and then if it's overflowed, it'll just void it anyway, so we don't need to do that. You want to invest into an ISC or an LSC as soon as you can. It's way better. Oh, the Lapotronic supercapacitor. Yes. See, I don't think I'll have anywhere to put one in here, so I'm going to try and just upgrade my power cables and everything for this room. But yes, over in the EV section, I will definitely be building a Lapotronic supercapacitor to hold all the power. Which actually, once this crafting is all done, we probably should start making some more of that. Input hatch. Where are those being made? Just make sure that it's not frozen. Okay, so it is working. Perfect. Oof. Do we have anything outputted here? Ooh, look at that. We do. We have stuff outputted for all this. We had 32 large gas turbines until we hit ZPM and could make the extra large turbo gas turbines. Which, didn't they remove those now? Or no? 18. I thought that was one recipe. It was 18. Actually, yeah. That's one recipe there. Did I only craft one? Stored one. I guess I did only craft one LCR. Okay. I think it's Andre, right? Is that how you say it? What's going on? Welcome to the channel. Extra large gas turbine is ZPM. I thought it was LUV, so that's I don't know. They still exist. Yeah, it is LUV. Okay. Input hatch. Yeah, those take a hot minute to craft. Crafting 2. Superconductor base. Can we make barite? Impure pile of barite dust. Oh, okay, hold on a second here. Barite ore. Uses. So we can macerate it. Obviously we got the all of that. Purified. What do we use the purified for? Literally nothing but macerating. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So you just do crushed barite right into everything else. That way we get some more superconductor stuff. Centrifuge, go to town. Macerator, go to town again. A crafting of 2 LCRs finished. So did it actually finish? What's good? YouTube recommended me the stream at random, so I just hopped in to see what's up. Well, that's awesome. Thank you very much for checking us out. So right now, we just unlocked the IV tier. Still having a lot of messing around to do. Pardon my base looking very ugly. I haven't done any decorating in a while, just because function over design or form, whatever you want to call it. This is the HV area we have. It is a bit more decorated. Not fully complete, but we're kind of working on trying to get nitrobenzene being automated, so that way we can hopefully produce a bit more power, or at least be more power efficient, so we're not burning up so much of our benzene. And then eventually, hopefully being able to power up a bunch more multi-blocks once we get them crafted up. So what kind of experience do you have with Gregtech New Horizons, Andre? I always love asking everybody that's new to the channel about that. Also, yeah, hopefully if you do enjoy the stream, we'll see you around more in the future. Maybe it'll help us out reaching the 10K subscriber mark. So LCRs, I forgot. LCR... Hold on, there's another chat that I have to move out of my way here. There's that. So, let's see. The controller is front and center, yes. So this is going to be for the sulfuric acid. Let's put this here for now, the bottom. There we go. Would nitrobenzene not be a waste? Wait, would nitrobenzene not be a waste? Nitrobas was for extra large gas turbines. The normal turbines have a cap of how much power they can produce. So what I'm assuming is I can turn down the input. Shit, where the heck is my input? What? Oh, I see. I'm just inputting all the fluid right into the middle. That's interesting. I forgot that actually worked. So I'm thinking I can throttle down the amount of nitrobenzene I'm putting in to maximize the quickness of how fast I charge my batteries, but then also where I'm not burning too much excess nitrobenzene. And being that it's more power dense, I'm hoping that helps with the efficiency a bit. So we'll see what happens. But you could be right that it could be kind of a waste compared to just benzene itself. But I think it would be better, just thinking about it. Honestly, at this point, couldn't I just make EV energy hatches? How bad are those? EV energy hatch 2. Oh, okay, yeah, just take the tungsten steel, everything else. That ain't even that bad. So we'll start those, and then we'll dump these back in. And that way I could just save those, just use those for later, with some other, what do you want to call them? Other machines. You can try it, but check the numbers. We did not like it. Sounds good. Yeah, also I guess one thing I could or I should do is check out the spreadsheets on the Gregtech New Horizons Discord. Nitrobenzene isn't too much more efficient at this point, since you might spend a lot of the bonus energy by making the nitric acid. Oh, true, I guess so, yeah. But if it is a little bit of a positive, I guess that's a little bit better than before. But I feel like there has to be... Is there any other uses for nitrobenzene? Not sure what that is. Aniline? Oh, look at that. Prismarine contaminated hydrogen peroxide. So that's probably part of the prismarine line in the future anyways. Prismarine rich nitrobenzene solution. Also, to make nitrobenzene, see, it takes IV power here. It takes a lot less energy in the chemical plant. So hopefully also with making it in the chem plant that we don't have to worry about wasting too much of the extra bonus energy. I'm in LUV right now, by the way, just setting up a NAC line and a netherite line. Prismarine line is ZPM, so that can wait. Yeah. Yeah, never do it in the LCR. Chem plant is infinitely better. The only thing that's held me back on the chem plant is the tungsten steel, basically, and the coils, I guess. Yeah, we did it in the chem plant. Okay. Which, thankfully, we have been producing quite a bit of tungsten steel. So I do have 15 dust. I should be able to make 30 tungsten steel. Get that smelting right away. Oh, wow. My energy hatches are already done. Oh, look at that. EV energy hatches. Is that... Hold on. Yeah, energy injector for multi-blocks accepts up to 2 amps. Okay, that is right. Tungsten steel for what? Nitrobenzene doesn't need tungsten steel. Chem plant, does it? See, that's what I didn't know. So you go to the chem plant. It says tier 5 titanium. So that would lead me to understand that you would need tier 5, although I was hearing from other people saying that you actually don't need it. So if you look at the multi-block tier 5, you need all the IV machine casings and the tungsten steel pipe casings. Which I heard that you can just use lower tiers, which maybe then it only just changes the speed. Hey, how's it going, Madeira? How you doing? So yeah, if I could make even like a tier 1, well, I'd probably do at least... What is that? Sturdy aluminum. Ew. I would probably do tier 4. So the tier is determined just by the casings tier. The pipe casings or the machine casings? You can mix and match the... Okay. The important is the casing itself. So titanium casings is enough. Ah, okay. So these casings is all that matters. I gotcha. Outer casing. Alright. So yeah, we'll just get a bunch of titanium and then we can just, yeah, mix and match everything else. That ain't too bad. Doing well, you? I'm doing pretty good. Thank you very much for asking. Glad that you're doing well. Just trying to set up some stuff for making nitrobenzene. Which even then, even right now, if we're not making nitrobenzene, we still get a bunch of nitric acid and sulfuric acid from this. That'll be kind of nice. Alright, where's the power cable here? Power in the middle. So let's try and keep it all in the middle. Boom, and... Oh, never mind. Boom, and boom. Come on. I hope that it actually does give me a decent boost. I know it might not be much, but hopefully it does give me a decent boost with having nitrobenzene. So we have all that. Inputs, outputs, maintenance hatches. Put the maintenance up above. It's already starting to look amazing in here. There we go. I would just make more benzene and get more large gas turbines. Shoot for 18 at the start when you get your LSC. Sounds good. So that's also another thing I have to make. I'm probably going to end up putting... So that's why I don't want to have the cables going too far. But I was thinking of maybe having a large supertronic... A lapotronic supercapacitor, like one right there. Or maybe try and fit it into the center here somewhere. The electric compressor. Oops. There we go. I will need a bunch of dual interfaces too at some point. Some blocking cards. Can I craft 6 of these? Ouch. What do we need the ruby dust for? Is that to oh, okay. Are you playing on a server? It looks like there's a tiny delay when you mine stuff, so I'm just curious. So, actually, I'm not playing on a server. I am playing on just a single-player world. There might be a delay. Yeah, see, oh, my DPS right now is not good. I did hear that, like, playing it through a server would help me as well. So at some point I might do that once the lag starts to get a lot worse. But yes, I would agree there is definitely a little bit of a problem. Or I say a bit of a problem now with the... I was trying to mine, what is it? The energy hatches, and it was not having it before. So EV energy hatch, so do... That'll be all the inputs. Honestly, what am I doing here? I have one output. outputs, output bus. Yeah, the memory leak with the hodgepodge, but there is a manual fix for it. What do you have to do for that? Is it 2.8? Yes, we are in version 2.8. Are you on the 2.8 release? There's a bug that's affecting TPS right now. Really? At least it's good to know, like, it's not just, like, a me problem. But yes, I am in version 2.8. I also noticed, I feel like it's a bug, I haven't noticed it before the update, that sometimes when I'm crop breeding, like, the plants will just magically disappear, even though there's no pollution and they're not high enough stats to where they need a specific biome or anything like that. Yo, I need to fix... Oh, you need to fix that too, Darius? Yeah, the TPS. Input bus. We'll have input bus, input bus. Honestly... I don't feel like we're going to need another bus on all of these, but that's fine. Especially for sulfuric acid, we don't even need all this crazy stuff. Let's take this away for a second. We'll do that. 3 should be definitely enough inputs. I think we'll be fine. And then all the outputs. At some point I would like the AE2 system to come from the floor, but it is what it is. It'll have to come from the ceiling in this room. Just check the GitHub or ask on the Discord for the link. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Thank you very much for pointing that out, though, because I would have probably never guessed, or I would have just lived with it by just resetting my entire game every now and then. Alright, so can I go in here? Okay, hold on. This button. Crushed. Barite. Yes, that looks like it's right. Please? There it is. Let me also add in crushed silver for now, too. I thought I had yeah, I was gonna say I thought the speed card would have been a little bit faster, but I guess not. Alright, there's all that, so that should smelt all that, or macerate all that up. Or wait till 2.8.1. Yeah, it's probably gonna be the thing that I end up just waiting for. I hate making circuits without a cal. What is a cal? By the way, there's an alternate TPS command that adds a TPS display. The top left of your screen, xu/TPS. Okay. I'll have to try that one out later. I'm going to screenshot that so I remember that. Thank you very much for the help. Okay. We needed ruby dust. Was there a good way to get ruby dust actually without having to go mine ruby dust? I don't think so. Sifter, we got the rubies. Okay, we have impure ruby dust there. We go centrifuge that out. Crushed ruby. Oh, the cal. Okay, yeah, that's right. The circuit assembly line available in LUV. So there's so many, what is it, of the multi-block machines like that I can't wait to get. The ones that'll basically work like assemblers and all that fun stuff that I don't have to worry about having a bajillion different assembling machines just for, what is it, each circuit. So we got purified there too. Okay, so we got some more ruby dust back. Can we craft 4 of these, or 6 of these now? Yes, perfect. Circuit assembly line, basically a multi for the circuits. Very good. Yes. The precise assembler is a godsend. I feel like a lot, yeah, pretty much all of the main... Well, I guess you can't say that because, like, the multi-block for the plates and everything, the foil, this is a really good one that you are able to get in EV. But a lot of the other really, really, really good ones that you want is locked behind IV. Did you try out Press with the new colored input hatches? Actually, no, I haven't tried any of that yet. I'll probably have to mess around with it at some point. Or universals, yeah. So you haven't done anything with the universals yet, but I'm assuming that maybe the colored input hatches is probably going to make universals maybe a little bit easier even. I'm just running a universal right now. Yeah, see, it's something I'll have to probably work on at some point. I like saying that's like my favorite saying. I think all the time is at some point. Some point down the road, we'll get to it. All right, so I have all that. That's crafting up. That is beautiful. And I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick. I will be right back. Oh boy, I walked far enough away from the PC, now I can't hear anything out of my headset, so that's nice. That is nice. There we go. Open settings, manage sound devices, have to disable. It's kind of annoying with the wireless headset that I have to do this all the time, but disable and then re-enable, and then hopefully I can hear everything in the game, otherwise it's not going to be nice. Alright, re-enabled. Oh no. I can't hear anything in the game. So, I don't get why that is, because I can hear the music playing from the website, but whenever my headset disconnects, I can't hear anything in the game unless I restart it. I don't restart my server, so that's not a concern for me. Oof. What do we got here? So that's still good. Crafting dual interfaces. Alright, so I'm going to have to restart the game. We will tell you if something blew up. Yeah, tell me if you hear an explosion. Thank you, Darius. I greatly appreciate it. For looking out for me. Man, just having those two machines there just makes this room look a lot nicer. I know it's not actually that much nicer, but it does look a lot better in my opinion. Ugh, jeez. Alright. Some games do that. When the output device is lost for a moment, it won't reconnect when it's available again. So we're going to go to sleep here. And actually, it's going to help us a little bit with our TPS anyways, so we'll just do that. So we're going to do save and quit. And then we'll give you guys a beautiful BRB screen. And we'll restart the game real quick. I literally walked to the kitchen. Like, it's not even that far away, but oh well. Should have just left the headset here. I'm sorry, cat. Oh no. I opened the can and she just jumped and got freaked. Oh, poor kitty cat. I'm so sorry. Andre, do you play any other games by chance? Or any other mod packs? There's been a couple others I've had my eyes on. What is one of them? There's the Abyssal Ascent. It's still kind of like in an alpha stage. I don't have like an official release for it, so I'm not going to do that anytime soon. Well, I'm not going to play any other mod packs unless my friends are playing it and I'm playing with them at the same time as Gregtech. But Abyssal Ascent, it has like the immersive portals mod, I think. So basically, the world is like thousands of blocks tall, but technically you're just in different dimensions, and once you get to a certain height, you go through a portal that leads you into a different dimension, basically. But the way that it feels is like you're actually in a world that's a couple thousand blocks deep, and you can only get to the next tier after defeating a certain boss or doing certain things, which is pretty cool. So I'm keeping my eye on that one. There's also another one, I think, I don't know if it's the right one, it's called Abyss. It's like Skyblock, but you're in like a cube under an ocean. That's a cool one I thought of, or I saw. And then there might be another one that I'm thinking of that I kind of forgot. I want to try Terra Firma, Greg. That'd be pretty cool at some point, too. Another super long mod pack. I played a lot of mod packs, but right now I'm only playing New Horizons. Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, New Horizons definitely takes, like, a lot of concentration on it, so it's kind of why it'd be a good idea for that. I can switch over my camera for you guys now as well. Gregtech New Horizons. Okay, it shows a black screen right now. Hold on. Click on the game. There you go. It's a pretty dang cool base. Forge of the Gods. International Water. Huh. I like the curved blocks that they did with that machine, or whatever it is. I don't know if you can see my mouse. That is actually really cool. New Horizons also kind of spoiled me in a lot of ways regarding... Spoiled me a lot in a lot of regarding, so I really can't bring myself to bring any other tech packs. I don't blame you on that either. I mean, Gregtech is just so well put together, and the fact that they're constantly updating it is like, you could literally play this for the rest of your life and probably never get bored. Let's see here. Oh, we're all good. Forever loading in our piece. So we get nitrobenzene. Once the dual interfaces are done crafting, or maybe even before that, we can try automating stuff for the Lapotronic supercapacitor. See if we can maybe get one of those too. All in the same time of hopefully getting HSSG coils. So what's the plan after nitrobenzene? Yeah, maybe getting set up for LSCs and HSSG coils. What's going on, Diego? I sometimes get the one where opening my backpack with an item on offhand closes after a second or two. What are you talking about? Like you get a glitch? Get the one where opening my backpack with an item. Oh yeah, on the offhand closes it after a second or two. See, I've never used the backpack in an offhand yet, so I guess I don't know what kind of problems that causes. It's a known issue. They want to fix it in 2.8.1. There's all of our HSSG. So we got 27 ingots, 18 HSSG dust. How much more can we craft? 64? Let's try it. So we're missing 5 tungsten steel. We have 30 available to craft 10. Okay, so we can't make 64, but let's try and make 32. We'll use 66%. Try 48. 100%. Okay, perfect. 48. Which will make 54. Use all of our tungsten steel. Start with a follow. And then smelt this all up. How many EBFs are you running right now? 4 to 8? A very, very poor number of EBFs running right now. So we have... Let's see, set this to circuit 11. We have this one down here, which is our main, like, high-powered one. That's a blast smelter, or actually like a furnace. Yeah, the multi-smelter And then we have 2 EBFs upstairs, but we really only run this one because I don't have enough power generated up here to run both at the same time with those guys running, which is kind of sad. So yeah, technically we have 2 that we run, but we have 3. So the biggest problem I have is my power. Once I get some more power, then I'll start running a lot more EBFs and stuff. I am gonna... wait. I've gone up to 4 when my vacuum freezer is done because F waiting. Yeah, waiting is pretty annoying. Interesting. Do you know what's bottlenecking the benzene production? So, honestly, the benzene production is plenty fast enough. So, like, here, I produce enough to keep my batteries running all the time. So, like, that's fine. I'm pretty sure I just have to upgrade my cables for the throughput on this. I guess I am running a 4th EBF right here, even though it's not running at this time, because if I run this guy, then both of these shut off, even though it used to run with that one on at all times with all of these too. So I'm thinking if I increase the throughput of my cables on this floor, this will be fine, because I do produce, what is it, 10 to 12 amps of EV with this turbine. We do produce enough benzene for it with these 2. These guys, I do produce enough benzene, but I don't have enough materials for the turbine rotors. So, Magnelon is really good for producing power, but I'm trying to think here. Getting Ardite is pretty annoying. I don't want to go continue to get a bunch of Ardite. Cobalt, obviously, is really easy. Vibrant Alloy, I was thinking of doing. It's a little bit of a power loss. I could fill these in. But honestly, it doesn't even matter until I get the Lapotronic supercapacitor anyways to have more than the 2. Yeah, so every single, what is it, turbine that I have has Magnelon. These 2 have the large blades. Oh, I guess this one has just energetic alloy. That's kind of crusty, honestly. But yeah, so we're trying to make a bunch more vibrant alloy in the meantime. To make a vibrant alloy rotor. 171. Make 128 dust. See, no, we're missing blaze rods. So let's go check actually blaze powder out here as well. Why is your stream labeled YouTube featured? See, somebody else said that before too. I don't know. What is... okay, I gotta search this up now. What does it mean when a stream is labeled YouTube featured? When a stream is labeled YouTube featured, it means it is being organically promoted by YouTube's algorithm or is manually highlighted on a prominent page, such as the YouTube Gaming Hub. This status is not a paid placement, but is awarded based on a stream's performance and audience engagement metrics. I guess they're showing it off to a bunch of people. I guess, I don't know, because, I mean, we only have 8 people in here. We had about up to 20 or so earlier. Obviously, the chat does stay pretty active, so maybe that's a thing. So maybe that's kind of cool that maybe YouTube's promoting it a little bit more than normal. The algorithm loves you. Heck yeah, which is awesome. I can't complain about that. So, key characteristics of a YouTube featured stream. Concurrent viewership, the number of viewers watching the stream at the same time. Well, it's not that high. Engagement rates, how often viewers are interacting through chat messages, likes, and live reactions, which we do have an active chat pretty much all the time. Watch time, how long viewers are staying to watch the stream, and subscriber interaction, whether existing subscribers are tuning in and participating, which is usually kind of what happens. So that'd be kind of cool if we continue to have a featured stream. YouTube algorithm doing the algorithm things. Do you have the tier 2 rocket yet? If you do, yeah, that ore that I don't know how to pronounce, which I do know that one, is a good turbine material, but it does need HSSG coils and an IV vacuum freezer. So I don't have the tier 2 rocket yet, but I don't think that we're too far away from it in terms of like resources, because we have been getting a bunch of tungsten recently. Like already we're back to 2k dust. Hopefully we can take this all back with us. Oh boy. Hey, look at that. There's plenty of room. How does the blaze look? Ouch. That is really bad. 1 blaze rod and 3 blaze powder. With all of these here, I mean, we only had 2 blaze reed plants before. We have all these here and then 1, 2 there. I mean, I know our gain is pretty low, but that is honestly pretty sad. Very, very sad. Yeah, look at that. Nothing. Take a little bit more dust from you guys. Thank you very much. And we'll be on our way. Oh yeah, also we got Terra Wart from beforehand too, so that's kind of nice. Let's see. We have Nether Wart there, but yeah, see, look at a gain of 0, so getting any of it from that's probably like near impossible. If you need blaze rods, look into the Extreme Entity Crusher, basically a mob farm in a machine form. So I heard about that too. There's just a lot of things, which actually, hold on a minute. There's, like I was saying, like a lot of things to like try and figure out where to go. I'm pretty sure it has to do with this thing right here, paying the highest price tab. I'll have to look into the witchery stuff at some point soon. Alright, HSSG dust, thank you very much. We'll take all of that. Dump the blaze powder in. And the blaze rods. It's just in the multi-block goals. Really? What if I have it unlocked already? I'll have to take a peek. Okay, look at that. We have that going for a hot minute now. So that number is actively going up. So if we had that farm automatically hooked up to this chest, it should be able to run pretty much the entire time. The British Snorlax, what's going on? Good day. Good day to you. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. Let's see. It needs very little. Just consumes 1 amp of EV base power. Really? Hold on. Let's take a look at that. Multi-block goals. I don't think it was that one. Thermal boiler. See, we need to get this guy too. I just realized we need the multi-block driller to get that going soon. Multi-block tanks. I don't know if we have it unlocked yet. In terms of this page. Playing with colors. I need to get a spray can too. So, you know, that was fluid storage. Mass processing, maybe. It does need some Ender IO progression, which hides it from the quest. Those are MV and HV, if I remember correctly. Sounds good. Oh, you know what? Okay, I think I know which ones that I am missing. Pretty good. Played like 5 hours of Persona 4 on the PS2. Forgot to save, then got crit one-shot. Oh, no. Love that. I don't know if I've seen or... Well, I know I haven't played Persona 4, but I don't know if I've seen it. But I'm sorry to hear that had happened to you. Now I have to do all of that again. Don't you just love it when stuff like that happens? Is like something pretty much preventable, and then, oh, well, nope, there goes all your time. Right out the window. So yeah, here we go. We didn't do all of the Ender IO stuff. No, that's all that. I think we have to go to HV, actually. Which they did add new quests to some of these pages, so some that were 100%ed are now not finished. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Automated mob farming. Soul Eater. Soul Binder. Oh. Hey, the third crash in a row. Okay. Return to main menu. I know I probably should be sending the crash report in, but 3 days in a row with a crash. It's telling me something. It's telling me not to worry about mob farms right now. Which, I'm not going to. I'm just curious to see what it takes to make them. Did you know that during the summer heat, it is also recommended to consume more salt to refill electrolytes? Actually, I feel like I kind of knew somewhat about that. Like, it was funny. like, what is it? I keep saying like. It was always a big thing where, like, I can't stop saying it. You would hear stuff about having huge or like high salt diets is bad for you, which to an extent probably yes it is true, but also your body does actually need a lot of salt to replenish, like you're saying, the electrolytes. Like, what's going on, Joker? How you doing? I need the Soulbinder quest and Powered Spawner quest if I remember correctly. That's the feeling when you accidentally cable up the wrong stuff and then 4 of your, ABSs are gone. I had that happen once with an air cleaner. Not that it was that big of a deal, but still sucked losing all my stuff. You can always lick yourself to get the salt back like cats. Oh my gosh. That is gross, first of all. But would that actually work? Could you actually replenish enough salts? I mean, obviously there's certain parts you're going to lose salt that you're not going to want to do that. But could you help yourself survive in like a survival situation by doing that? Americans probably don't need it because they consume a lot of salt in general, but in Europe and Asia you'll get told that because we eat less salt. Yeah, a lot of our foods have a lot of salt and everything else. Good, just chilling. Glad that you're doing well. Hopefully you're chilling like a villain. I did see some of your, what is it? The Ghostbusters gameplay. It looked like interesting, like just watching it. I just don't know if it's something that I would probably play. But I saw a couple of the clips where you caught some of the ghosts and it was pretty dang cool. And I did see, I think you were playing as Globber or something like that. And you basically haunted the entire building, and then you ended up winning from that. Also, cats don't sweat. Yeah, cats, dogs, I don't know what other animals, they just pant to basically remove heat. Okay, so we have all this. Lapotronic supercapacitor. Okay, we have nether music going on. Let's switch that up real quick. Also, I'm going to go toss the lasagna into the oven. If you're into Ghostbusters, I'd recommend it. If not, it's more of a fan service game. I gotcha, yeah. I watched Ghostbusters as a kid. I mean, it was interesting, but then I got to like one of the episodes, I think it was, because I think it was a show or something, or yeah, one of the episodes, and it like scared me. It's like, yep, no, we're done with this. It is fun, but I'd like the little details that you wouldn't notice not watching the movies religiously like me. Yeah, it's all good. Hope you got LUV circuits ready, because it needs them. Yeah, we have some. Not many, though. Why am I on the YouTube page? I don't know why I'm over there. That makes no sense. Lapotronic supercapacitor, right here. Supercapacitor casing. Oh god. Another crash? I didn't even do anything. Minecraft ran into a problem and crashed. Following mods have been identified as a potential cause. Unknown. Report has been generated. You are encouraged to send this report's link to the mod pack or mod authors. I think you might need to restart. Restart again. Oof. Well, we'll do another restart. That gives me time to put lasagna in the oven. And all that fun stuff. Alright, sorry about this, chat. We'll do a BRB screen again. Hey, Ash, what's going on? Alright, actually, no, don't close the game. Return to menu, now quit the game. It is fun, but I like the little... Oh, I already read that. Alright, restart the game. I have been thinking about Back 4 Blood. Like, I have... It's been in my mind a couple times today, so maybe if we have some time later, if you're interested, Joker... I got that yesterday 3 times in a row, like within 30 seconds. Dang. And then after I restarted yesterday, 10 hours without a crash. RIP. It's an almost exclusively human adaptation to sweat to cool down for long distance running. It's kind of weird. I guess, well, like, yeah, you'd think of a lot of other animals, like, they really don't have. Yeah. Isn't that also something to do with, like, reasoning why we lost a lot of, like, say, body hair, too? same thing with like the cooling or whatever. Alright, Gregtech New Horizons, there it is. I'm definitely down. Was actually just going to ask you. Yeah, sounds good. I'll let you know what the rest of my schedule for today looks like. I'm hoping I'll have some time. We can play some of that. Yeah, persistence. Hunting. Horses sweat a lot. So I didn't even know that horses sweat. I guess I don't pay attention to animals too much like that. But yeah, I guess if you think about it, like, horses don't really pant or anything. I'll be right back. I go put lasagna in the oven, and then I'll be right back. Alright, chat. Let me see here. I don't even know if we're to be able to do anything. So, now I want to eat lasagna. Is it another homemade meal you have, Blaze? Yes, homemade as in like frozen, just toss it in the oven for like an hour or so. Some short-furred species like horses sweat with a different sweat composition to first trickle down the fur and then evaporate, cooling the horse. That's also why they can't run that much. Huh. Not too big of a fan of lasagna, to be honest. So there's good ones and there's bad ones. Depends on kind of how you make it. Once I bought one from the store with that chemical cheese, and it was disgusting. Ooh, chemical cheese. I can only imagine which ones that you were having. But my schedule is changing a little bit earlier than I expected. So tomorrow, I would also still like to do another Gregtech stream at some point. I'm not sure. Probably be better off in the morning to stream. That way I can kind of actually sit down, make my goals. Probably the Lapotronic supercapacitor. Start working on that. Continue to get the HSSG coils. And then also, I can try working on the video to hopefully get that released. So we can have it sometime next week. Would be nice. Imagine a horse with a liquid-cooled suit. Yes, liquid-cooled horse. I do apologize that the stream kind of ended in this way, too. I know the game just crashed and everything else. We really haven't done too much at the end. But I did complete my goal. I am happy we did unlock the Ivy quest tab. And honestly, we're starting to get close to... What is it? More of our machines set up for the nitrobenzene, which is pretty nice. I do want to say, once again, thank you very much, everybody, for jumping in. Everybody that's new, welcome in. Hopefully we continue to see you in the future. And with that, take care, everybody. We'll see you all next time, and blaze out.